Morning. How are you? Hopefully you can hear me okay. Hopefully. Okay, it's time. We're getting started. The others are late. Too bad for them. Okay, sweep your elbows back and then squeeze them into each other. And then just come down halfway. Now, if you can, let your legs be straight here. And then come back up. Try to keep equal weight in both feet while you move from up to down. So how you do that is stay nice and centered and engaged through your core. Just warming up the back of the legs a little bit. Keep your elbows nice and high. I'm going to do one more here. And now take it all the way down so you're looking through your knees. We're going to inhale and extend to a flat back, and then exhale, fold down again. Inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, back down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Walk your hands out to plank. We're going to do a little hover, and you're going to meet me in your up dog. Nice. Keep your glutes really tight whenever you're in this position. Tuck your toes under, right to your down dog. Now let's pedal our feet so we stretch out the calves. Good blood flow to our face. Maybe you hang on one side. You're tight. You want to make sure you're not pulling your head through your arms so you can't see them. And just keep alternating. Now step your feet forward. You're back to that full fold. We're going to inhale, look up, and then exhale, fold down again. Do that 2 more times. Try to find your breathing today. So when you begin a move, you begin with the breath. And then when you release it, big release of the breath. One more time. Inhale, look up. And exhale, fold down. Walk your hands to the front, step back to plank. Let's do another one of those hovers and go right to up dog. There's Sue. There's Anne. Hello. Okay, hips up, right to your down dog. Pedal those feet again. Okay, right back to plank, right back to that hover, and back to up dog. Just hold it here for a little bit. If you want to come off your knees, you can. Just makes the arms work a little more. Okay, knees down, toes tuck under. Move your hips all the way back so they're over the heels. Nice little lat stretch going on here. Try to let the armpits get close towards the floor. And now pull back forward. Let the hips come down. Come onto the tops of your feet. Come off your knees. And knees down, tuck under. Bring those hips back. And let's get these lats stretched out. And bring it forward one last time. Tops of the feet off the knees if you can. It's always an option. Okay, back to your hips being over your heels. Try to bring a little isometric pull of the hands towards the knees. Your shoulders you're trying to keep nice and broad. And if you feel uncomfortable, open the arms out more. Okay, back to the plank and right to down dog. Last time pedaling the feet. Okay, let's take baby steps with your feet forward. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Now we're going to add in a little squat here. So inhale, look up, drop your booty. So you got a lot of work coming into the quads. And go back to a straight leg. Hold the body into the legs. Inhale, look up, drop your booty. Just look out in front of your mat. So you want to keep your neck from straining. Back to that pole. And one more time, drop it low. Try to move your butt backwards so you're weighting the heels. Now power all the way up, sweep the arms up to the ceiling, keep them wide. Left one comes down, right one goes over. Little side body stretch, and then switch. And if you feel tightness, it's probably your quadratus lumborum. Hang out there even longer. You can also rotate this left hip backwards a little bit. You know how we always talk about stretching and moving around so you find that right spot. It needs to be released. Go to the other side. Move this one back a little bit. Sometimes you feel it down into the hip also. Just means we're tight. It's all good. Okay, serve out that platter. Stay nice and broad through the chest. And then pull back. And bring it forward. And back. And one more time. Nice. Take the elbows to the height of the shoulders. Lower the hands and lift. And while you're doing this, you're trying to pull your elbows to touch each side of your room. Nice. Keep the elbows up when the hands go down. Really good for your shoulder mobility here. Let's do a few more. Now, if you're not squeezing your glutes, I want you to push the arms up. Take your gaze, follow it. We're going to do some sun salutations. So come on down. Inhale, extend flat back. Exhale, release down, palms down, step or jump back plank. Give me a hover, meet me in up dog, and go right to down dog and walk your feet forward. We're going to do it 2 more times. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Step or jump back plank. Hover. Up dog, down dog. Baby steps or jump forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, release. Palms down, step or jump. Give me that hover. Right to your up dog and down dog. And walk it back up again. So we're going to take our feet to the width of the mat while you're folded over. Make sure your toes are facing forward. You're just kind of hanging out. And I want you to pedal your knees, alternating side to side. Now, drift your hips backwards. Now, hold one leg straight and one bent. And then same thing, other side. You can have a little shift of the hips side to side. You're trying to get a little bit of a release through the inner thighs. And just keep going side to side. Just a few more. Okay, now let the head fall where it wants to. Hold your arms so they're dangling. Straighten your legs for me if you can. And drift your booty backwards. Just breathe here. 3 big, huge breaths. Okay, hands above the knees. Help yourself get back up. There we go. Let's say goodbye to the warm up. Okay, we've got a band today. We have a ball or a Pilates ring for inner thighs only and heavy and slightly lighter weights. So we're going to start out with legs. So I'm anticipating you're picking up the heaviest weights that you have. You're going to turn and face the right side of your room. Take your feet pretty far apart. We're going to shoulder the weights and you're going to lunge right. We're going to stay lunging right. So come on down. Your spine stays long and you're right back up again. And do it again. Now, as I start my descent, I push my butt backwards. So I've got no weight forward of the foot. And once you've done 2 or 3 of these, you can see if you can improve your range of motion. We're doing 8. Now, if your hands or arms get tired, take the weights out in front, bring them down by the instep of that front foot, and then come back up. But try not to let the hips come forward. And the weights don't need to hit the floor, depending on your range and what feels comfortable for you. Just try not to round your back. Okay, let's switch over to the left side. It's just 8. You'll notice when you extend the arms down, the move becomes easier. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but I should do. Okay, let's just do one more. Shoulder the weights. Now we're going to alternate side to side for 8. So right side first, and then lunge left. Butt back, get that booty down. You got work to do here. This is not easy. If you don't have access to heavy weights, you can always get them. Okay, put them down. Shake out your grip for a sec. We're going to transition to sumos, which is also going to incorporate our inner thighs. So you go heavy. I'm going to just hold one weight just to switch up my grip. I've got that little injury. So take your hands, your feet out wide, toes out. Now butt pushes back. Give me a little hip hinge before we even start to go down. And then come down. Try to get low here with your butt pushing back. And then come back up. Squeeze when you come up. Butt back, lower. Come back up and squeeze. So don't forget this hip hinge first, then down, up. Just 8. So if you're holding 2 weights, you can shoulder them like we were doing with the lateral lunges, or you can hold them down. Obviously, it's harder if you shoulder them. Okay, that's your last one. Put your weights down. Shake it out. We're going to come into some squats and deadlifts. So we're going to start with a suitcase squat. Left hand. Come on down and back up for 8. Butt back, weight in the heels. Okay, when you're ready, 8 with your weight in your right hand. Let's go. Nice. Okay. We're going to give our grip a little rest. You're going to get your Pilates ring or a ball. We're going to do a round of inner thighs. Then we're coming back through this one more time. So get your ball or your ring. You know the drill. You're lying down. Your feet are going to start out on the floor. Squeeze in, release slow. Squeeze in and release slow. Squeeze in, release slow. Squeeze in and out. And in. You're pushing in, you feel that lower back pressing down against the floor. That's okay. That's a good thing. Squeeze. Got to make each one of these look really freaking fabulous. Squeeze. And release. Two more. And release it. And last one here. Okay, now we pulse it. In an inch, out an inch. It's a little quicker pace. There is no hold. Okay. Put that ball aside. Now we're going to do the opposite muscle, which are your outer hips. Don't run away, ball. Outer hips. So let's get the band. You know how to do that. Get the band going around your ankle. You're back to that nice, comfy lying down position, which we all love. So good. So here we go. Same thing. Out with a hold. Come back in slow. Out with a hold. And in slow. Now see if you can move your feet forward a little bit. Bring it in. Take it out. Now, while you're doing that little hold, you're kind of asking yourself, can I push this out any harder? Right? I know you're doing it. Woohoo! Bring it in slow. Right back out. Feeling this in your outer thighs, right? No more saggy butts for these KOGA girls. Out and hold. Bring it in slow. Out with a hold. Bring it in slow. Back out. Make these really good. Come on, like just kill this. Bring it in. You're right back out. Push out a little harder. Bring it in. You have two more. Out and hold. Bring it in. Last one. Now, bend your legs to sort of bring your knees towards your chest. Just take a little reprieve before we add these out and in and in. And let's go. Really still try to control the band. You got to be the boss. So that means when you're bringing it in a little bit, you're resisting it while you bring it in a little bit. You'll feel the difference. You really connect to this. Lots of work for those butt cheeks. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, rock and roll back up to sitting. Get rid of your band. We're going to come back and do a quicker round of lateral lunges. So we're not just doing one side. Right out of the gate, we're going to start going from side to side. So pick up your weights. Get your feet out nice and wide. And look down at your toes and put them in the same line. Get your weights to your shoulder. Here we go. Lunge right. And then left. Only 8 on each side. So working on 3. Now we're working on halfway. How awesome is that? Really try to sit that butt down once you're in your lunge and you're at what you think is the bottom. See if you can give a little more. Okay, one more on each side. Nice. Okay, put those weights away. Or maybe not. We're going to do sumos. So you're probably holding 2 weights, which is good. Get those feet out, get them in the right spot. Of course, this ball is going to bug me. So here we go. Hip hinge, come on down. Do not look at the floor, whatever you do. Come back up. Nice job. Only 3 to go. Oh, I've never had this much fun. Nice and slow and steady, right? Even maybe a little stop down there. Just checking out that butt, see if you can get it any lower. One more. Whew. And back up. Okay. Nice job. Come on back down. We're back to our inner thighs. We are going to get to arms, don't worry. We're just switching it up from Saturday. Saturday we did arms first. Now we're switching things up. Lord knows you don't want to be able to predict my moves, right? Feet on the floor. Squeeze in, hold. And then let it go. It's a 3 count hold. That's it. 3, 2, 1, release. And repeat, doing 10. Try to keep the belly nice and low. So you're pressing it down. So those muscles are active. So when you're squeezing in, you want to feel that tremble. And if you're not, maybe you need to hold it 5 counts. And then release it really slow. I've got 2 more to get to my 10. And then from here, we're going to transition back to the band for the last time. So rock and roll, get rid of your ball or your ring. Let's get the band going. We love the band. Okay, back Make sure your neck and shoulder blades are nice and relaxed. And here you really need to be the boss. So nice and slow coming in. Nice and slow and strong going out. We have 10 of these. Slow it down. Make sure you're doing at least a 3-count hold on the out. Gives you enough time to try to open up wider. It's all about range of motion when you're working a band. Try moving your feet a little more forward, switch up the angle a tiny bit. So you really own this exercise. You push those legs a little bit beyond those hips, you'll feel a big difference in the effort for your whole body. You can also change the angle of the toes. You can turn them in a little bit. Got to play around with it. Also keeps you focused and busy. What can I do next? Okay, one more after this one. Make it fast. Okay, bring your knees towards your chest just for a little reprieve. We're going to come back with the pulses. So when we do these pulses, let's have the hips a little, the feet a little further out, and let's everybody turn your toes in. And then add your pulse. Out an inch, in an inch. Feet are flexed. Now hold it out. Add your pulse. Hold it out. Add your pulse. Knees down. Oh my goodness. Hopefully they were screaming. Okay, we're going to do an easy transition to the arms from this position. So we did this a couple of weeks ago. You got your fingers facing forward. You're just going to give me a little bend and straighten in the back of the arms. Up and down, heels only. So toes are off the floor. So you want to not be like this in your shoulders. This is not the look we're going for. You want to have control and pull those lats and shoulder blades down as you go up and down. Oh yeah, and if you're pulling your butt way forward, you're making this really easy and you're never going to see the benefit. Bring the butt back close to being inside the hands. Makes the exercise a lot harder because it's transferring all that weight into your arms. And that's exactly what you want. It's a very small range, but you're going to feel this. Okay, relax. Extend your legs all the way down. We're going to come down for a full body stretch. A little reprieve. I'm being nice today. Low and slow. Suck in the belly. Lots of control here. Once you get down, arms go nice and wide behind you, like you're making a V from the head to the fingertips. Spread your fingers wide. Get your arms really long. Now bring them back up so your wrists are over your shoulders and your palm space. Lift your chin, your head, tuck your chin. Keep your tummy down, roll back up. We're going to roll forward for a quick lower back stretch, and we're getting into our shoulders a little bit. Hang out here for a sec. Okay, walk it back up. Come on up. On your feet. We're going to start out doing triceps again, but going overhead this time. So runaway ball. Oh, it's not a ball. Okay. So 2 heavy weights, connect them, take them up. So if you look at my elbows, they're pretty close to the side of my head. The most important thing here is to not drop your chin. Right? The weight goes down and up, as big of a range as you can handle. Keep it going, nice and slow and in control. Now, when I used to work in a gym, a lot of people drop their head forward when they do this. Don't do that. So I say keep your neck long and your chin up. Okay. And it might be that you go right to failure where you can't do one more, and then you can always drop a weight. When you slow this move down and you really work the negative of the move, it doesn't take many to fatigue. Just gonna let my dog back in. She's a little princess. There you go. 4 more, can you do it? Switch to a lighter weight. Okay, come on back down. We're gonna alternate between a core exercise and an arm exercise. So right now, we're gonna just do crunches, just 25. Try to make them great. That means you keep the elbows back. When you crunch up, you tuck your chin and you suck in the stomach. You blow out your air when you're coming up. Okay, do your own counting, give me 25. And I like to do a little pause at the top, just to make sure I've got everything going on correctly, like my stomach is pressing down. So you're actually pressing the stomach down the entire time. So when the head goes back and your neck gets a break, the stomach doesn't. It is constantly pushing down towards the floor. I like to just have the head come down. I like to have a little second where you release those neck muscles and then you begin again. It also gets rid of momentum. There's no point in doing these speedy fast. There is no benefit. Your board, you could add a little rotation at the top. Means your elbows stay back, but one rotates down to the floor. You can switch. It's not a huge move. Just involves a little more of the oblique. The mistake people make when they do those twists is they twist the elbows forward. What's the point of that? It's your trunk that you're trying to rotate. So your elbows aren't going to help you with that rotation. Okay, hopefully by now you've done your 25. If not, keep going. Bring those knees in, give yourself a little massage for your lower back. So you're making a little circle. Now rock and roll back up. We're coming back up to a standing position. You're going to get your heavy weights this time for shoulder presses. So we're going to start out alternating. Oh, that sun's coming up. We're going to start out alternating. So palms face forward, Curl it, turn it, and press it. And then bring it back down slow. And then switch side. Up. Turn so your palm faces your ear. Come down slow. And keep going. The lighting is terrible with that sun right there. Another beautiful day in South Florida. 85 and sunny. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have shared that before. This is my most favorite time of year to live in South Florida. The fall. Okay, here we go. Both together. Turn, press. Now, when you press both up at the same time, you have to be really careful not to let this happen. Okay, so lock that booty in and squeeze it. Don't let the hips come forward. Try your best to keep it smooth and steady. Okay, shoulder them, just go up and down, side to side. Now up and turn, so the weight faces out. Keep those buns working. Hopefully you're starting to feel this. Oh, it's so good to work and strengthen your shoulders. Okay. Come on down here for a row. So if you look at me from the side, I'm just hip hinging, butt back, legs are almost straight. Start your rows. Get your elbows up. So you're weighting the back of the feet. Now change your angle of your row. I want you to have your palms now facing your shins. Take those elbows out to the side. And try not to jerk the move. I know it's hard, especially if you're using heavier weights. Try to keep it under control and smooth. Torso is not moving, just the arms. Lock everything down tight. Okay, down. Woo, come on back down. So slow sit up, going down. Legs are bent this time. Arms out, down really slow. As soon as you roll over those sit bones, you got to suck in that belly really hard. C curve the spine. Go for that full body stretch. Okay, arms up, your palms face each other. Knees come up, your legs are bent. We're going to do some dead bugs here. So I'm going to have you start with your knees over your hips. Take that right leg and left arm and fully extend. Bring it back in and switch. And back. So you're just going nice and slow. It should take you at least 3 counts to get out, fully extending. This is a great exercise for your transverse abdominis. Really important here to keep that belly down and your ribs down. Bring the knees in. Open them up nice and wide. So you stretch out your inner thighs. Don't get excited. We're not done yet. We have one more ab little exercise, and then we'll do a couple of stretches and then we'll leave. Sound good? Okay. Back to that tabletop position with your legs. So your legs are bent, your knees are over your hips. Take your hands, rest them on your thighs, and now activate by pushing into the legs, but don't let the legs move. Just hold that activation like you're bearing down, stuck in the belly. Now release the legs forward and your arms back, and then pull back into the position. Push again. Take it out. And push again. Take it out. And push last time. Okay, release. So we're going to start out our stretching today with the happy baby because we did a lot of inner thighs. So heels to the ceiling, knees towards the floor. You're holding your feet on the outsides of your feet. Now keep your lower back on the floor. Keep sucking in the belly. Oh, she's so demanding with that damn belly. Yes, you will thank me. Okay, legs straight up, arms on the floor by your side. You're going to bring the right leg down towards the floor, circle it out to the side, and bring it back up. Little Pilates here to get your hips nice and fluid in case you're going to be sitting on them a lot today. Remember, you got to get up at least every 15 minutes. A great excuse to drink more water. Switch legs. Now, if you can, try to do them together. Come down, go out, come back up, and bring them back together. You be the boss of how low you're comfortable lowering. You have to really use your core when you do this exercise. Actually, it's not an exercise, it's like a mobility stretch. I had to correct myself because you'd say, oh, you said we were done. Okay, bring your knees in, make a circle. Knees are together. Now take your feet to the floor, your legs are bent. You're just going to roll the knees to the right. And then you're going to take this left hand, open it out at a 45-degree angle from the body. It's a modified version of the Sean stretch. We don't have our legs crossed. Bring the knees back up and do the same on the opposite side. I don't know how the time goes so fast. We have less than a minute left. Keep switching. This is your last one here. Okay, bring your knees one last time up and into the chest. Rock and roll yourself all the way up onto those toes. Get nice and high on the toes, as high as you can. Feels so good. Now meet me in a full forward fold. Look through your knees. Straighten out the legs. Try to lift that coccyx bone up towards the ceiling. Both hands above your knees. Come all the way up to standing. Take a nice big deep breath. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Thank you for being here.